Welcome to FBB. Sorry, I can't talk today. Welcome to FBB Forum. If you like this content, please be sure to follow my Instagram page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm almost to 5,000 Instagram followers, so I wanted to thank all the fans and all the muscle ladies for their help and support too. I'm excited to welcome the stunning IFBB Pro Women's Physique competitor, Adriana Johnson, to the podcast. Adriana just recently competed at the Tampa Pro this past weekend, where I got to say hi and get a picture with her too. And next, like this coming weekend, like really soon, she's competing in her home state this weekend at the Texas Pro, which is always an amazing show too. And so I want y'all to stay tuned to find out more about this amazing muscle mama. Welcome, Adriana. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Debbie. I appreciate it. You taking the time to have me on your podcast here and for supporting the sport. You know, you are out there meeting all the athletes and showing the support every time we go on stage, when we're on prep. So I really, really appreciate it. It just means a lot when we get that kind of support as athletes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And it's nice to meet you. And it was, like I said, really great to meet you at Tampa Pro for sure.
Oh, yes. It was excellent to meet you, to put a face to the name, because we had communicated via messenger for, a while. And then finally to get to meet each other, that was amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love to meet the ladies at the shows, and Tampa Pro is my home show, hometown show. So it's just really, really nice to get to go to that show every year. And it's definitely one of the best shows of the year too, as is Texas.
It is. This was my first time competing there, and I had heard nothing but great things when it came to the Tampa Pro. Everybody was recommending it, and I said, okay, fine. I'm gonna give it a go and get to see Tampa, get to see these amazing athletes. I made some new friends there, and I actually saw some old friends who competed there. So it was pretty cool. When you're in bodybuilding, it becomes a family, right?
Yeah, that's true. It is. It is like a family, and there's kind of an iron sisterhood too, I think, with the ladies.
It is. It is. We there. Sometimes we're local, we train together, or when we see each other at the shows, or we go to a show to support another female friend athlete. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you taking the time. So my first few questions were about how you got started in bodybuilding, and I was wondering if you had an athletic or a sports background before you started.
I was always, in sports. I was on track and field. I was in swimming team. I love swimming. So I was always in the athletic part of it. Growing up, originally from Colombia, growing up, we, were always encouraged to stay active, to, run, walk. They would take us hiking, and we didn't know how high we were going and how long it would be. We just, follow my aunt and my mom, and you just go. And once it starts getting dark, that's when you have to come back, and you better not be the slowest one, because they leave you up there.
Oh, really?
So we were like, okay, it's getting dark, you hurry up and make it to the bottom of the mountain before it gets dark. And we're here in pitch dark. So we were always encouraged. My mom always encouraged me to stay active, stay fit. She goes, Adriana, doesn't matter how busy life gets, always take the time to do some sort of activity, exercise at home, keep moving. Even after I had my son. So I was always with working out, exercising in mind. But the way it all happened, if you would have asked me, a couple years ago that I would be a bodybuilder, I would have said, no, not me, right? I don't think so. But even though I had friends bodybuilders, and I thought it was, didn't know much about it. I didn't know there were divisions. I just thought it was, the bodybuilders, the men and the women, right? So I was going through a hard time in my life, and I just needed something to focus, like really focus, because I could train. I would run. I used to be a runner, so I would go run, and that would be a therapy. But I said I need something more structured. So going through this hard time, I just like, oh my God, I needed something that is structured. I think I'm gonna get a trainer. So I got a trainer just to get some exercise done outside of the house, right? And
Mhm.
those 45 minutes were my therapy. So I started training, but not for bodybuilding yet. It became bodybuilding when I realized the trainer said, "Oh, you could compete in bikini in bodybuilding," and I'm like, "What? You train?" Because I'd known him for a while, but I thought he only trained boot camp and for like the UFC fighters. His son, Paul Moran, and so I didn't know he trained for bodybuilding or bikini. Never. And I said, me, bikini? No, I don't know about that. What do you mean? So I went and did my research and I said, oh, okay. So there's bikini. Then there were different divisions, figure, wellness, women's physique. So I learned that it was not just one division, it was several divisions to see where you would fit in. So I wanted
Yeah.
to be safe. And I said, let me just do bikini, lose the safe one, right?
Mhm.
And so he goes, I can have you ready in 3 months. I said, no, 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 no. That's too soon. Wait, I never done that. Why don't we do something at the end of the year? I'm not rushed. Like I have time to think about it. So this was in March, April of 2021. And so I started just, training and preparing, but I didn't know that October I picked a show. You have to pick a show, and that's what I tell everybody who wants to get started into bodybuilding. Number one, go watch a show, and number two, pick a show tentatively that you're gonna do, right? So you have a goal down the line. That's what I'm working for. So that's what I did. I picked a show in October. This was March, April, right, 2021. So I picked a show in October so that I knew there was all this time for me to prepare or to say,
Yeah.
no, never mind.
Yeah, I
And
understand.
so I did that. And then October, it was going to be the first weekend of October. That came. And I told my coach, I don't think I'm ready. I got cold feet. I don't think I'm ready. Let me pick another one 4 weeks late, like at the end of October. So I picked one at the end of October.
Okay.
And my son was watching me exercise, and I've always had him active too. I took him like walking. I made sure that he was always active. And so he starts watching me get on the treadmill. He starts watching me like really pushing it, right? Lifting the weights and everything. And he would ask me questions. And my son is autistic. So exercise for kids on the autism spectrum is really good. It helps them
Mm.
get that energy out,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
helps them focus, helps them, with so many things. So
Okay.
I realized, okay, well, I'm doing something that's going to benefit both of us in the long run.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and got started, and October came, and it was my time to get on stage. I felt like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I've never been like to a show behind the scenes. I don't know. They have to pump up and nothing.
Mhm.
And I had gone through a divorce, and so that was so hard because I'm like, oh my God, I needed something different, and this gave me that focus. I became with
Yeah.
bodybuilding, with that training, I became stronger, not just
Mm.
physically, but mentally. It's
Oh,
amazing
sure.
what this training does for you. It gives you the discipline, but it gives you the focus, and you become stronger mentally. So
Yeah.
bodybuilding is a mental sport because
I
there's nobody
agree.
there pushing you every minute of the day. A lot of the
Yeah.
times you gotta get that cardio done, and you gotta go do it. Nobody's watching, nobody's applauding, nobody's saying, call it to your time. No, you just gotta get
Mm.
up and do it because it's part of the process.
I
So,
understand. Yeah. No, it
yes,
is.
yes.
I totally agree. It is. It's a definitely a mental game, and I especially mental sport for sure.
Mhm.
Because what you guys do is kind of extreme, and it's not everybody can do it. I don't think. I don't think I can
No,
do
especially
it.
if you're getting to the last weeks when you start cutting, you start getting leaner, changes in your meal plan, in your workout, in your cardio, your mind starts playing games. It's like, are
Uh,
you really sure you want to do this? You can just skip a cardio here and there. Nothing's going to happen. What happens is, yeah, you can skip a cardio here and there. You can skip this and that, but it shows in the body.
yeah,
Everything that you do, it shows the day you step on that stage. So
that's
they'll
true.
know who took the time, or who is the most shredded, lean, right? And so it's going to show up on stage. So you're only deceiving yourself. you
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
not the coach, not anybody else. but you, because you have to take that whole package that you worked on. Are you going to cheat on yourself, all the hard work? You're going to lose it for not doing this cardio here, or, skipping the meal plan here and there. You're just sabotaging all that effort. So my first show came and went, but at the first show, I met my now husband, who's also a bodybuilder.
Oh, yeah?
So
Nice.
I had no idea. Thank God he was there. And he helped me backstage. He says, hey, this is what you got to do. He made sure that my name was in all the divisions that that I had signed up for, and it was not in one of them. So he went and took care of it, make sure that, I was at it, because they had missed it. I would have never told him that. And he was in bikini. So I participated in bikini, my first ever competition, and I ended up winning. So this is that photo from that first day. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Nice. Yeah. Very cool. That's awesome.
And so that kind of encouraged me. It's like, wait a minute, this is kind of cool, and I made it through prep, my first prep ever. I said, oh, this is kind of cool. I think I'd like to do it again. And then it started from there. My now husband became my trainer. And so we started really working towards the next show, right? And what we wanted to do. And so I think it makes a difference when you have somebody next to you that understands the sport, because it's not easy. You got to do your meal preps. You got to take time for your workouts, right? And if you do it together, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's really cool. That's great that you met him through and he helped you through bodybuilding. And is he still your trainer?
Yes, to this day, he trains me. I've had coaches, who we work with for the meal preps, for, supplements and everything else. But he trains me, we train together every day. So it's, it makes a difference, because it's something that we do together, and we kind of give feedback to each other, which is, I think, really important, because sometimes when you look at yourself in the mirror, you do not see the changes in your body, because you see it every day. You're like, oh, but it takes somebody else to see, okay, you need more muscle here, you get leaner here, or, we give you feedback. Is so important to know what to target during your workouts.
Now, does he compete now also in bodybuilding?
Yes, he's competing also at the Texas Pro. He's doing the NPC part of it, and I'm doing the Pro Women's Physique. So it's going to be an amazing show. I'm telling you, the Tampa show was stacked. I mean, the level of the athletes there, I was in shock. I mean, it was an honor for me to step on stage with these Olympians, these athletes, these women that have been pros longer than I have.
Yeah.
It's just an honor. And I think when we're open to learn, to grow, that's so important. We're always improving. Every day you can get better. Yeah,
I said that Tampa show was stacked, packed, and jacked.
Yes. I think it was amazing. Everybody was so nice. I got to meet Tim Garner too, and everything was just amazing. The way they treat the athletes and everything. I loved it. It's a great experience, and I'm ready for this next one. And then I'm gonna take a year off, and then work. That's what I do. You take that time off. Some athletes take 6 months. Sometimes they take a year to go back, take the feedback, and then you have to keep growing. You have to let the body recover, but also keep growing. The first time that I did, so I did that first show, and then I competed in bikini again. But I realized, I didn't realize, I thought I was bikini forever, right? But coaches started telling me that my body frame and structure was more like figure or women's physique. John Sherman said it was women's physique. And I'm like, women's physique from bikini? No, I don't know about that. And so I was encouraged to just do a local show, right? Oh, because I went to nationals to get my pro card in 2022 in bikini. But I didn't get it. I made second call outs, and I didn't get it because the feedback was my back, I put muscle too easily.
Yeah.
And so I was jacked on my back. You don't want that in bikini, to be too jacked, but that's my body structure. And
Yeah.
so I was told, you know what? Why don't you try figure and women's physique? Just try a local show and see how you do in those two divisions. So I did. I had to learn the quarter turns for figure, which I still kept my high heels. I like that. And then the routines and mandatories for women's physique. And I said, oh, no heels on that one. I don't know. Well, once I learned the routine and the fact that you can flex here and in women's physique, I ended up falling in love with it.
Yeah.
Women's physique division. So I did figure and women's physique at the John Sherman local show. And I ended up winning first place for figure and first place for women's physique and the overall for both.
Wow,
So
nice.
that was my confirmation. Thank you. That was my confirmation to ditch bikini.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. I'm glad you did women's physique. I like women's physique because you do get to do the posing routine and there's a little more creativity to it than what like the heel divisions,
The quarter turns. And you know what? I have a dance background too, choreography, and I was in the drill team in high school, so I'm used to putting choreographies together. And when women's physique, you have to put your, music routine. I'm like, I'm sold, ditch the heels. Yeah. So let me tell you also the order was I didn't place in 2022 for the nationals in what was it? Pittsburgh, right? In bikini. So I came back, I did the local show, I ended up winning women's figure and physique. And after that, this was this one, the Sherman. So anyway, I ended up winning some swords and these medals and these belts. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so addicting. And so now is that okay? Well, my trainers were like, now we're gonna go try to do nationals. I said, which one do I have to pick, figure or physique? They said, do both again and sign up for everything. See where you fall, see what they're looking for, see what your body does best in the nationals. So that was a lot of work because I had to really, really from bikini, forget the bikini routines and the posing, getting to figure. Okay. And the same show, I'm also doing women's physique. So figure, I signed up for masters, 35, 40, 45, and the open. Women's physique, 35, 40, 45, and the open. So I was on stage a lot doing two different divisions.
Okay.
But I like challenges. And I said, well, let's see where I fit, figure or women's physique. And so I had so much fun doing them, but I was so tired. I'm like, oh my God. So
I bet. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yes, the first one that went was women's physique. I ended up winning my pro card in women's physique. I said, oh, yes, who would have known a year ago I was in the same stage doing bikini, trying to get my pro card, but I was just in the wrong division. So always to your athletes that are listening, if you are, just wanting to do one division, like this is the division that I want, bikini or wellness, but people are giving you feedback that your body might be best suited for a different division, listen up, because that might be the division where you're going to earn your pro card, where you're going to do your best because your body is better for that particular division. I don't have a small waist. I don't have a tiny waist. That's what you need for bikini. Your glutes super developed. So you got to kind of listen to the feedback from the judges. But so I went there, went to the nationals, and I was so tired of going up on stage. I had already gotten my women's physique pro card, and it was getting late. I still had to do figure all the classes. And I said, maybe I'm so tired. I just have figure 35 plus was the last one that I had to be on stage. I'm so tired. I think I'm just going to sit here. I'm so tired. No, I got to do everything. I got to finish. And I went on stage, and that's the one that I got my figure pro card. So I'm going to get 2 pro cards. When a year ago, I got second call outs for bikini. So a year makes a big difference. Just
Yeah.
a year. I took it to go back, put on some muscle, do some lifting, and come prepared to see what happens. And I did. I got pro card of figure and women's physique.
I like what you said about taking the judge's advice if you need to move up. I know that I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name, but Manon Dutilly, who's from France, or no, she's from French Canada, French Canadian. So she's like from Quebec, I think.
Okay.
But she was at Tampa as figure pro, and she got sixth place, but she was told by the judges to go to women's physique because she's put on some size for sure. So she's actually going to take that advice and go to women's physique, which I think that's great. I totally agree with you. I think you need to listen to the judges.
I bet you she's best suited for women's physique. They must set it for a reason. Yes.
You can tell looking at her. I mean, just she's got some great size, and just she's a little too big for figure now. So I mean, yeah, it was good advice, and it's always good to ask the judges for their feedback, you know.
And be open as an athlete, you know, to make the changes, not be just stubborn and say, this is where I want to be, but your body's best suited for this. You will do so much better here.
Yeah.
And so in my case, it worked, you know, just to listen. And I'm still listening to the feedback. What are the things that I need to improve on, to, you know, kind of work on? And I've always asked, you know, questions. There is no wrong question except the one that doesn't get asked, right?
Yeah, that's true.
The one that you don't ask. And, you know, as athletes, we don't always know it all. We have to be humble enough to know that we're growing in the sport, that there's always somebody who's been there the longest, who knows more. It is so much, whether it be posing, whether it be, you know, what you have to do for the mandatories, but what goes down into your prep. It's so important to surround yourself with a team, because nobody gets there alone. Nobody.
Yeah.
It's always a team. Always, yeah, it's the bodybuilder, the only one that they see, but it's the team behind, you know, the team that gets you prepared, is the team that, you know, helps you with the meals. In my case, I don't like cooking that much, like cooking that much, only because I have to. But my husband cooks the meats, and I do the rice, so that's great. I like this deal. You cook the chicken, the beef, and then the fish. Now, when I have to, I cook the fish and the chicken. But he makes it so good, and so he still has a system going that I'm like, okay, I like that. But it makes a difference, you know, when you have that kind of help. Also, the day of the show, the people that do the glam, you know, I met some amazing teams. Lisa from Bella Glam, she does an amazing job, and the tanning, it's, you know, show glow. So you learn your looks, and when you surround of people that help you look your best, to bring that package, like, you know, to go like that on stage, that doesn't happen overnight.
That's true.
So it's a team. It's teamwork for sure.
Yeah, I would say it's like the old phrase, it takes a village. And I've discovered that with bodybuilding. It definitely takes a village to help you get on stage, and it does take a good team, and people you trust, and people you love and stuff, so that love you back. And yeah, no, I think that's important for sure. So I was curious, what was your experience like at Tampa Pro? I mean, did you enjoy it? Did you have a good experience there?
I loved it. I loved it since the minute check-in happened. You can tell a lot about a show at check-in. And a check-in is like, you went from getting your number. They were like cheerleaders. Hey, here's your number. Hey, mama, what division are you? And it was so amazing. They all had so much energy. There was this other lady giving the goodie bags. Hey, what color do you want? Here, get one. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so awesome. The energy that all the vendors, everybody that just walked around in charge, answering questions, the expediters. You know, I'm not the quiet type, but so at the shows, I never want to be late to backstage. I want to make sure that I'm where I'm supposed to be on time. So since the minute I get there to backstage, you know, it's early, I find the expediters. I said, hi, I'm Adriana Johnson. This is my division. When are we going to go up? Who's before me? The guys, buddy. Okay, so what comes before? Okay. All right, just let me know. And I keep an eye on them. Hey, how much longer? Hey, of course, they're not going to know exactly how much longer, but they have an idea, right, of how a show is run. They'll tell you it's going fast. It's going a little slow right now, but this is going to be a little longer. Yeah. But I'm there. I'm bugging the expediters. Hey, remember me? I'm ready. I'm here. Woo-hoo. Women's Physique. So you'll tell them they know me. If you tell the expediters, do you know Adriana Johnson? Oh, yes. They do. They do. I was the one. Hi. So where are we now? Are we taking a break? Oh, here's a break. I mean, I'm like a bee, like right there, you know, because I don't want to miss. I respect that. And I've seen it where people have lost their spot because nobody could find them. And they're not going to stop the show to go find an athlete that's not where they were supposed to be.
That's true. Yeah.
I've seen that at some local shows where they couldn't find him, and all their hard work, you lost your spot. You lost your shot at being on stage because you went to the restroom, you didn't look at the schedule, you didn't look at the names, you didn't check with the expediter, you just left to the restroom or to make a call or whatever. And that's kind of it's a little disrespectful to everybody else who's on time, who's back there. The show has a certain time, a certain schedule that must go on. So I think it's helpful and respectful to make sure you look at the list, kind of whereabouts your division goes, how many classes, 40, 50, 60. Okay, so we got kind of this amount of people going before I go on stage. Expeditors do a great job. Tampa, they did an amazing job at calling everybody, keep us informed. Not yet. Okay, I'm looking for these numbers. You guys still here? It was amazing. Like I'm telling you, it's a bunch of cheerleaders the whole time there. So the energy was good.
Yeah, I think Tim always has some good staff. And there's one expediter he always has on stage, and I don't know the guy's name, but he's really good. He's been doing it for years now.
What do you look like?
He was like half Asian, I think. He's like had dark hair, and he's maybe in his 40s, and he's the main expediter on stage. I have no idea what his name is, but he's been working Tim Gardner's shows probably since the beginning.
I'm talking about the one that I had they were going upstairs and up and down. One with short hair and the other one with a ponytail.
This guy had short hair. Yeah, I think he's probably half Caucasian.
He's probably doing the other divisions or the men's.
Maybe, yeah. No, he was there during the women's though, so I'll send you a picture later so you can see.
Okay, cool.
But he's really good. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to control the stage and get the way the way the judges want it.
They help the show just run so much smoother. The expediters are a key element. The people saying okay, and then the ones that line you up backstage as well. So because it's hard, it's hard to try to keep people in place. Don't move, stay here.
I know, it's true.
Especially time women that we're backstage, we're talking, hey, how about this? But we gotta kind of stay in our place. But it was an amazing experience at the Tampa Pro. I'm so happy and honored that I did it and I shared the stage with these amazing ladies and some Olympians. Oh, and a friend of mine, 2 friends of mine were there at the Tampa Pro. Miss Tina Chandler, who she's one of my bodybuilding friends that I knew since before I even thought about bodybuilding. And Tina, I met. We did a lot of community events. She does. She helps and volunteers at nonprofits, and one of the nonprofits that I was at was that was helping kids with disabilities, kids with autism, and so that's kind of how I got in touch with Tina. She has a big heart, and she helps people train people with disabilities as well. So she was there competing in bodybuilding.
Normal to be fit.
She was amazing. She looked amazing, and she did her big comeback after 11 years.
I know, which is great. It was great. I got to meet her too.
Since I met her, she looked stage ready. She has this cute purse that I still have not found anywhere else. Cute purse. I said, oh, I like your purse. She goes, it's not a purse. It's a cooler, and you open it, and it has all her meals in there, but it looks like a purse.
Oh,
And so
really?
she was always prepared. Always, I'm like, "Are you gonna compete?" No, not yet, no, not yet. And then
Yeah,
when
I know
she
she
came
had a
back and she was doing Tampa, and I was there, I'm like, I feel like I'm a baby pro, right? Compared to all these seasoned pros and Olympians
yeah,
on there. So, but that's how you get inspired, by going to these shows and seeing those who have been in the sport the longest, and just admire and learning from there. Learn how they hold themselves on stage, how um, what they did to get there. It's just so many factors that you learn from them. My
yeah.
other friend was Corey Morales. She does figure,
Okay.
amazing athlete as well. So she was there, and we shared backstage, her and her husband. Um, just backstage, when you sit and you just lay there and you just kind of, hey, let's take some photos and that. So it's like family. To me, it was kind of like family. I
Yeah.
had friends from US that went to Tampa. My sister went there from Houston. I mean, it's just
Okay.
the support team. It's amazing. And then I met Alex, of course,
Uh-huh.
and yourself. So yes,
Thank you.
it's so good. I love the trip there.
I Now that you mentioned Tina Chandler, I know. So you mentioned you knew her before you started bodybuilding, and
Oh
was that
yes,
from?
I had no idea. If Tina had said, "Hey, do you want to be a bodybuilder?" Like back then, I'm like, me, little, and I have no idea what. I didn't know there were divisions, and I thought Tina. I'm like, when am I going to build that kind of muscle? No. Well,
Uh-huh.
that was kind of intimidated. I'm like, if you had asked me, I would have said no. I mean, I always admired her because she was always, and to this day, is always in great shape. Like I'm telling you,
Yeah,
I thought she was competing, because she
yeah,
always stays so fit, so always in her meals, always working out, always, but she stays in shape.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was really pleased that she came back. She had an 11-year absence, I think, and but you got to know her through autism circles, is that right?
yes, through nonprofit, Save Diversities was one of the nonprofits, and they work with youth. And so, yeah, Tina supports all this. She volunteers her time. She does, Normal to Be Fit is nonprofit. I think she has as well. So she is out there, giving back, which I think is so important
Yeah, I
nowadays, of the
agree.
athletes. And my way now, from this perspective now, after bodybuilding, of giving back, is to the moms, because being a mom to a child with, a disability or a special ability, like I call it, it's not
Yeah,
easy. It takes a lot of you mentally and physically. And so
yeah,
now giving back, it comes in a way of, look, this is something that could help you, not necessarily becoming a bodybuilder, but
hmm,
stay active. Because now when I go do some of my cardio or do some of my walks, I include my son, and I
okay,
bring him out. This is a
great.
picture, by the way.
Oh, nice, great picture. Yeah,
And so I include him. And guess what? One day I told him, let's go around the block. Because every time when they go to school, they sit there for a long time. Yeah, they have recess and stuff, but for the most part, they have to sit down and study. So I take him out for a walk every day, almost every day. Hey, he goes, Mom, I'm tired. Not yet. You're going to be tired when we go around the block. That's how much it's tired. And so
that's awesome.
I take him around the block. Guess what? He starts jogging. He goes, come on, Mom. I thought we were walking. No, come on, come on. And he jogs fast. I said,
Oh, really?
okay,
Oh,
he got the
wow.
little running from me.
Oh, that's great. You
Yes,
said he
yes, he likes running, but which is, and
how,
now guess what? He was my cardio buddy the other day here at home, because I have the recumbent bike and then the spinning bike. So I'll get on the spinning bike, and I said, "Hey, buddy, you want to do your, just a little bit of recumbent?" He did 30 minutes next to me, 35 minutes.
wow,
He was sweating and he was going.
that's awesome.
So
How
I enjoy it. I enjoy that he is making it part of his routine, just something fun that he does. It's not like, oh, just I have to exercise. No, it's something fun that he gets to do with me. We bond that way.
and he how old is he?
11. He's 11 years old.
And is he supportive of your bodybuilding career, would you say?
Yes, he's come with me to competitions. He went to that one where I won, so he was all excited. Oh, mom, the local one, the John Sherman one, and so he was so excited. My parents were there as well. So that was a big deal because he likes the trophies. Oh, and guess what? You see this trophy right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was wait, hold on, what's going on with my phone? So that was first place, right? Guess what the observation that my son did? What color is it? What color? It's silver. He goes,
So,
Mom, how come it's not gold? I said,
oh,
because I don't know. That's the way they make it, but it's for first place. It's first place down there. He goes, yeah, Mom, but it needs to be it's silver. So it needs to be gold. This is first place. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my God, you're right.
That's sweet though. Yeah.
Sweet, but it's a good observation.
Yeah, that's true. He knows about the Olympics. It's the Olympics
Yes,
gets,
he knows about the medals and how they go. And as a matter of fact, he's enjoying watching the Olympics and the fact that he heard me talk that they get gold, silver, and bronze. And so he's all
yeah,
into the different, placements.
that's terrific. That's so cool. Is it tough to be like a muscle mama though, in terms of, but juggling um, the all that you need to do bodybuilding, but also being a mom?
Yes, you got to make time for it. But what I tell women that are moms and they want to try bodybuilding, I said, look, you can incorporate if you have kids, when you got to do your little training. So when you're going to do your cardio, go bring them out for a walk, make them part of your process, include them so that they're in the know of what is it that you're doing instead of, okay, guys, go over there, kids. I'm going to do, the cardio. Now the workout is different. The training is different. But
Sure.
If it's cardio, if it's stuff that you can do, meal prep, hey, I teach him a lot about eating healthy. Of course, he gets to eat all the other stuff that kids eat. But with autism, your meals, your food, you got to watch what you eat. Kids on the spectrum tend to hold on to metals in their system. They have a leaky gut. So eating the right foods is so important, which in bodybuilding, we are what we eat as well, right?
Yeah,
so he gets to see me meal prep, and we talk about vegetables, we talk about lean meats, but we also talk about the good fats, the milk, and so he's learned a lot since my bodybuilding journey about nutrition as well, not just working out, but about nutrition. He'll tell you, he knows the pyramid of the nutrition pyramid, right? And so he knows he will not drink a Coke, only Sprite, and he knows every now and then it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Actually, that's really good. Yeah, because soda's not really great for you at all. And
I'm not drink it every day, but I tell him, look, if you want to have one every now and then, it's okay. Don't deprive yourself completely. But he says, no, only Sprite and every now and then the fries. Of course, kids, they need all this extra energy in the food. But it's about making smarter choices when you have the opportunity to do so. So he eats these apples. We're working into, him eating the actual vegetables. He eats spinach. But as a kid, I didn't have a choice. My mom would cook something and we would have to eat it. So it's not like, let me try to,
Sure.
So she would make all kinds of foods and we just have to eat it. That's what it is, good. My mom is also into the healthy foods and stuff. So that was, I guess, ingrained in me, and I didn't know about it until now. I was like, oh, I always liked eating like this. So kind of, healthy, but not like for a competition like a bodybuilder. It's just, different. But yeah, it makes a difference when this stuff you incorporate it as a mom. You can make it fun when you're meal prepping, when you're doing things in the kitchen. Bring the kiddos, hey, look, this is what I'm making. This is why I'm cooking it this way. And people learn. They'll ask you 100 questions. And it's funny because my son sometimes asks me questions and I'm like, oh yeah, I never thought about it that way.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So you learn with them. And I would say moms, Just like you have to make time to do the laundry, we have to make time for things that need to get done. If bodybuilding or just getting in shape is part of your plan, that there's something that you would like to do, just get in shape or just stay active, include the kiddos. Make it a time, a bonding time for you and them. So it could really, really be beneficial.
That's great advice. I love that. I think that's a good idea. I wanted to ask you, I only have about 10 more minutes because I'm traveling and I've got to finish up some work stuff here shortly. Now, do you have a prep coach you're working with?
Yes, prep coach is Andrew Wu right now. Mm-hmm.
Andrew Vu. Yeah, he's a good coach for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. He's coached the couple of Olympians and some other amazing athletes. So Andrew Wu is doing the prep coach right now. My trainer is my husband, and then my posing coach, Chris Darby.
Chris Darby?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool. How long have you worked with Andrew Vu?
This is my first time working with him.
Oh, really? Just recently?
Tampa Pro and yes.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, you look really good. I was curious, what would you say is the most challenging aspect of prep for you?
The last couple of weeks, I love bread. And so that's hard.
Bread is good.
I don't like sweets. I don't crave sweets. I'm more of the bread, salty stuff type of person, hot sauce. The sweets, like the big cookies, too sweet, no. But I have found out that after prep, I start craving sweet stuff, like a little sweet. What I crave, and it's usually the hardest thing in prep for me, is the cravings, which I have learned to curb the cravings with black coffee. So black coffee helps me a lot. You know, I just start sipping on black coffee, and it's just the smell, no sugar, no cream, nothing, just the black coffee and the taste. So it kind of tricks the mind into you're sort of consuming something, but not something that you're not supposed to eat, right?
Yeah.
So coffee, and if it's late at night cravings, I do decaf coffee, because sleep is crucial. We need to be able to sleep well as bodybuilding, and it shows in the body if you don't get a good sleep. And I have a hard time falling asleep because I'm hyper. So I'm like, my mind is in the pillow like this, okay? I'm ready to go to sleep, and then my brain is awake. Okay, what are we doing tomorrow? What do we do today? This is what I need to be. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to be quiet.
I understand. No, that's tough. I know. And if you have overactive mind like
I could go to bed early, but I just can't fall asleep early. You know, it's hard. That's the hardest thing. And funny thing is, at one of the show, the Nationals, I had to lose, I think 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 2 pounds. Anyway, I had to lose some weight, some water. I was still holding water. Adriana, go to bed at 7 p.m. Okay, my coach was saying, go to bed at 7 p.m. I don't want to hear it, just go to bed. And so I took Calm, which is like a little powder that you take to help you relax with magnesium. So I took that and I went to bed. Then I fell asleep and I was great sleep. The next day I was 2 pounds lighter.
Really? Wow.
Just for a good time sleep, good night's sleep, it makes a big difference. I mean, it shows in the body. It's amazing. We are what we do, what we eat. I mean, everything. And the sleep is crucial when it comes to bodybuilding, to get a good sleep.
That's good advice, actually. I think that's really important. And I've heard from bodybuilders that those last few weeks are tough because you're going to bed kind of hungry, and that makes it harder to sleep. How do you?
But you're still training. Like up until last week, a couple of days before the competition, you're sort of training, maybe not as intense, but you're still training. Even though your body is carb depleted and you're tired, you get what we call prep brain. Sometimes we just don't remember things, we forget, we're forgetful, because our bodies, we're into that leaning out, right? Leaning out the body, doing extra cardio, doing all these things to get the body to the point of bringing it to the stage to its leanest, right? The leanest, the most shredded you can get. So it does take a toll on you. A lot of competitors, they quit 2 weeks or the week up because it's hard. These last couple of weeks are hard. they're not easy. You still got to get everything done, but you have no energy, little energy, you know.
Yeah, I
But
understand.
mhm.
No.
But that's what it becomes a mental game. It's like you're already signed up for your show. You got tanning, you got makeup for women, you got your suit, which these things are not cheap. You know,
Yeah,
bodybuilding is it's costly. And so
it is.
when you sign up for everything, you cannot just quit and throw it all, you know, away. And you work so hard to get your body to a certain point that you'll be starting from zero now. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I think to me, that's the motivation to just get on stage. You know what? I worked so hard, only a couple of days, couple of weeks. But I will tell you, women, some of us we get cranky.
Yeah, I know.
We're like,
Yeah.
I want to be just towards the end, not bad. But yeah, that's one of the factors. We're just like, I just want because we want sometimes like um, carbs, or we want like in my mind it's croissants, right? Like I'm
Oh,
closing my
yeah.
eyes and I'm croissants because I have to go to Costco, buy a big thing of croissants, and finish half of that box by myself in one sitting. I've
Oh my
done it.
God.
I've
Wow.
done it when I'm not on prep, and so that's gonna be my thing after prep. So yeah, but right now it's trying to get yourself in the best possible shape on that stage and posing, practicing a lot of posing.
Yeah, I understand. Before we get too late, I wanted to mention real quick that we got to see Alex, who was a really nice autistic young man at Tampa Pro, and just want to give him a quick shout out. But he mentioned that he got to see you and had been in touch with you. But he's really an amazing kid, I think.
Yes, this is, and for those listeners, Alex is a young man on the autism spectrum. He supports, you know, bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding. I didn't know this until I went to Tampa, and we were waiting for the show to start. It was the morning off, and we were sitting by the cafeteria, and here comes Alex introducing himself and asking me all kinds of questions. I'm always so good to meet you. You're a bodybuilder, blah blah blah. You're gonna compete. And then he pulls out this book, and I noticed the way he's talking, and I said, "Oh, he's on the spectrum." So he reminded me of my son
Yeah,
because they for people on the autism spectrum, sometimes it's hard to establish or carry a conversation, communication, right, social skills.
yeah,
And so Alex was out there trying it out, going, talking to people, you know, and he pulls out this notebook, and I thought he was gonna write something on it. He goes, "Could I have your autograph here?" And I'm like, "Oh
yeah.
my God,
That's so
he's
sweet.
so sweet." I'm like, "I should get your autograph." He's so
Yeah,
sweet and so encouraging. And I asked him, "What? So you're here to watch the show?" He goes, "Yeah, and to meet all the other bodybuilders." And come to realize, he was meeting like a lot of people. Like he was
yeah,
talking. So I feel so proud of him because that's something that I want my son to be able to do as well. You know, to
yeah.
just engage and just not be afraid and go out there. And sometimes you got to be brave. And Alex, you're so brave. And thank you for all the support. It was a pleasure to meet you. And you know, keep it up, keep it up. Alex is has drawings as well.
Yeah, I saw him give a drawing to Sherry Priami, which was really sweet, and a few other ladies too. And
Very talented young man. Very talented. I've seen some of his drawings on Instagram. Very talented.
I was just thinking when I was his age, I would have been way too shy to approach a bodybuilder because I just was like I was just shy in general. But no way I could have done what he did. So yeah, no, I admire him in that regard, and he, like you said, he's brave, and yeah, he's and I like the fact that he admires the women bodybuilders so much that he's coming to shows now. I think Tampa was his first show. I think I know he did go to Olympia to the meet and greet, but I don't know that he got a ticket for the show. So, but this
I
was
don't know,
his.
but he had gone somewhere before. He had met some bodybuilders before. I don't know if it was there, probably at the Olympia. But yeah,
Mhm.
here he just made it a point. He rode the bus there too, to Tampa,
Yeah,
to
that's true.
the venue. And so
Yeah,
he made it a point to ride the bus, okay, by himself, and then start talking to complete strangers, which is amazing because that's how you
yeah,
meet people. That's how you have to do it. You got to make the connection. So kudos to
yeah.
you, Alex. You know, such a pleasure to meet you. Such a great example, a wonderful young man. So thank you so much for always supporting us, female athletes, and the sport.
Thank you. No, I agree with you. No, he's very impressive, and I think he's going to be pleased that we shouted him out here too. So I'm looking forward to him seeing this interview. So yeah.
Yes, so kudos to Alex. And, thank you, David, so much as well, because the support and for taking the time to learn about our journeys, our stories. Everybody in bodybuilding ends up in bodybuilding for a reason. We kind of circle out in life and boom, bodybuilding. And like me, I would have never thought in a million years that I would be a pro bodybuilder. I mean, it's no, me, but you never say never. God has a way of surrounding you and putting you where he needs you, and I think that's one thing that for me in general, bodybuilding and my faith in God are the two things that in a family that carry you through the hard times that you can have, and just believing in yourself, believing in a higher self, in God, that we're never alone, and we're here for a greater purpose. We're here to shine our light so that others can see their light, because sometimes we get so tunnel vision into our problems that we forget, hey, you're here to shine your light, to give, to help others. And so like what you're doing right now, giving this space for everybody else to share their stories, I think these stories speak to different people, and you never know who you're helping through these interviews. The messages that are shared here are going to touch and change lives. So thank you so much for giving us the space.
Thank you so much. That's very sweet. I appreciate that. And yeah, no, I definitely admire y'all ladies, and I like telling your stories or helping you tell your stories. So I appreciate that. Like I said, I've probably got to wrap up now. I'm sorry to wrap up, but I was wondering if you would mind doing a quick flex for me.
Oh, well, let's see. Let's put this a little further out.
Oh yeah. Get the double bicep. Yeah. Wow, you look great. Oh, I see the other one too. Yeah.
We're doing flex right here like that.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, so still growing, still improving, but man, I mean, started in bikini, so I remember not liking wearing this tank tops because I had no shoulders. This is way before I'm like, oh, tank tops, man, I have no shoulders. And now it's so much different. So now I wear nothing but tank tops. Like, I'll work hard for these.
I love it. I think you look terrific. Yeah, no, show it off. Definitely. You look great.
But yeah, thank you so much to all the viewers. Believe in yourself. If you're somebody who is thinking about getting into fitness or bodybuilding, go watch a show. Go watch a bodybuilding show. Listen to podcasts like these where people share and athletes share what it's like. Bodybuilding is not easy, but it's doable. It's a sport that teaches you about discipline and how strong you can be, how strong you really are, because you don't know until you have to do it. When you set a goal, working towards that goal, and what it takes. And for me, bodybuilding is a big, big focus. It gave me a focus, a goal, and just straight for that. And it has been very, very rewarding. So.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. And I'll make sure to drop your Instagram down below. And if fans wanted to reach out to you, and but thank you again, Adriana. It's really nice meeting you. And I'll get this posted relatively soon too. So
definitely. Thank you all so much to my family. I love you, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother. My husband, who's my #1 supporter here, has to put up with me every day when I'm prep. But it's so much. It makes it so much easier. I've learned a lot, and we've grown a lot together because of this as well. And to my son, who is my inspiration every day, and for whom I do everything, to be a good example for him to grow and believe in himself and staying active and know that he can do anything that he puts his mind to.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that, and that you're a good role model in that regard. And best wishes at Texas Pro. I know, like in 2 or 3 days here. So I'll be watching the live stream and rooting for you. So thank you.
They get out, great athletes at the Texas Pro this weekend. Battle Up Production, so you guys cannot miss it. To all my fellow autism mamas, hugs to you. You're strong, and feel free. Adriana Johnson Fitness on Instagram. So thank you so much, David, for having me here.
Thank you. It's good meeting you and good to chat with you. Thank you. And best wishes too. Yeah, no, I'll be watching.
Definitely. We'll see you.
Bye. Take care.